All right, Man City is closing in at Arsenal, just 3 points. 3 points, I repeat, 3 points behind Arsenal, and they are playing themselves on Wednesday, that is this week. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, subscribe to this channel and smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel, that is the Rokani Media Football. Now, how did this come to happening? Arsenal drawing yesterday 1-1 with Brentford. Have a match the goal who shouldn't have stood, according to the VAR report right now that broke out this morning. And Howard Webb, the head of the refereeing department, has really told Arsenal that they should go ahead and really submit in their complaint as far as that game was officiated by VAR, and he has called in for their submission, and let's wait and see whether they're going to go ahead and really put in that submission, as most of these people are really highly anticipating for it. So Man City have gone ahead to beat a side known as Aston Villa by 3-1. It has been Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan, and Rodri. You get? But I think there is a boast in there for you that Haaland walked off the field of play when he's injured. So Man City are now 3 points behind Arsenal. Man City are really closing in for real. Let's be factual. Let's not try to beat around the bush, but Man City are really closing in. And Pep Guardiola, after the game, has gone ahead and really hinted of how they are really ready for the Arsenal game, and this is really putting them back into the title race. Something that is going to worry all Arsenal fans all over the world, because it looks like they are really ready to go on and really take you on Wednesday. But good news is that a team like Arsenal, with their players they are having, I don't think that they can allow not to get a result on Wednesday after losing 2 and drawing 1 in their previous 3 games. After beating Manchester United by 3-2, Arsenal went ahead to get beaten by Man City at Etihad in the FA Cup by 1-0. Arsenal again was beaten by Everton, and on Saturday they drew with Brentford. Now, Pep Guardiola, the manager of Man City, had the following to say after this game of football. And this is what he said, sending a message to Mikel Arteta, his former assistant at Man City. He said, "In general, on every set piece, we have that feeling that we will score, and it was a really good game, and I'm happy for that. The people were behind us, and that's why it's important to take this final opportunity to close gap on Arsenal." Now, he's hinting about closing the gap on Arsenal, but he's talking about scoring in every set piece that they get. Remember, Arsenal is a team that has been conceding goals from set pieces in their previous, how many games? In their previous 2 games they've played. The goal Arsenal concedes against Everton, it was a set piece. The goal Arsenal conceded against Brentford, it was a set piece. So it gives you a reason to worry that Pep Guardiola is saying this after Man City scored their first goal from a set piece against Aston Villa. Looks like they know that the easiest way to make Arsenal concede is practicing through set pieces and obviously hurting the team. So Mikel Arteta needs to find means of Arsenal getting back to the Arsenal that he knew, because they've been conceding set pieces. The game of Manchester United, they conceded in a set piece. That of Man City was not a set piece, it was a goal that came in from open play. The goal of Everton, set piece. Brentford, set piece. In their previous 4 games, Arsenal have gone ahead to concede 3 goals in set pieces. That of Lisandro Martinez was a set piece. Tagoski, I don't remember the name very well, set piece. And yesterday, Ivan Toney scoring Arsenal from a corner that was well delivered. I think it was by Jensen into the box of Arsenal. Obviously, they conceded. So I think this gives Arsenal a lot of worry, and it looks like Pep Guardiola is really trying to put a lot of concentration on his team scoring set pieces, especially because he knows that that's the only way they're going to go all out and become triumphs at or triumphant at the Emirates, because I think I started Arsenal that in the previous 3 games, in the previous 4, they've conceded 3 set pieces. Not so. So it looks like he's happy about that. But he has also hinted on closing in at Arsenal. I think you've heard that. He said the people are behind us, and that's why it's important to take this final opportunity to close the gap on Arsenal. Now, Arsenal is really into a position, if they win their game in hand, they are going to be 6 points behind City. But the main game for Arsenal to play is on Wednesday. That game gives them the trophy, gives them more confidence, or it really drops their confidence down. But I have a belief in Arsenal that they might go all out and really turn it out. But how did this pan out, especially the game of Man City? It was Rodri in the 4th minute, Ika Gundogan in the 39th minute, and Riyad Mahrez in the 45th plus 1 minute, where he took a penalty after Jack Grealish was brought down in the 18 yards box area of Aston Villa, and he was really facing his former team. When you look at the table right now, sorry, the stats as how they were, because Arsenal fans need to watch this. 17 shots, that is for Man City, 6 for Aston Villa, 9 shots on target for Man City, 3 shots on target for Aston Villa, 68% possession by Man City. Aston Villa had 32, 613 passes completed by Man City, 298 passes completed by Aston Villa, 90% passing accuracy for City, 81% for Aston Villa, 1 yellow card for Man City, 2 yellow cards for Aston Villa, and obviously 0 red cards to both sides, 1 offside to Man City, 4 offside for Aston Villa, then 8 corners for Man City and 4 corners, 8 corners for Man City and 4 corners for Man City. But Man City is also looking like a side that is really willing to let in goals. When you look at the Premier League table, that's how it's looking. Arsenal have played 21 games, and Arsenal have played 21 games and they have 51 points. The goal difference is 28. Man City have played 22 games, 1 more game than Arsenal, and they have 48 points. The goal difference is 34. Now, if Arsenal accepts to lose to Man City on Wednesday, City is going to go on top of the table. It's going to be the first team to take Arsenal out of the first position of the league. Ever since this season started, Arsenal has been on top. They opened the Premier League against Crystal Palace. They beat Crystal Palace by, I think it was 2-0. Zinchenko and an own goal from Guehi. That's what made it 2-0 for Arsenal. And ever since then, they've gone ahead to lose only 2 games. And they've drawn, how many? They've drawn 2 and lost. They've drawn 3 and lost 2. That is Arsenal for you. So it shows you how this game is really going to be really looking great and so much important for Arsenal. And you now know why Arsenal should come all out to win this game of football. So Mikel Arteta has been so serious about this game of football, and he had the following to say about Bernardo Silva. Remember, the lineup today of Man City came in through, and he played in a double pivot with Bernardo Silva and Rodri, and he hinted about why he played him into that position, because they played a back 3, and obviously I think was trying out something new to see to it that is giving his people, all players, enough playing time. That is Pep Guardiola for you, and this is what he continued to say about playing Bernardo into that Zinchenko position. He has the ability to play in 10 positions. Oh my God, 10 positions, because he's so smart. He's not tall, but he's smart. I like Rico Lewis in these positions, like Fabian Delph or Zinchenko in the past. Today, I wanted Bernardo to do that. So it looks like he's reflecting to Zinchenko, a player that was playing for City for a very, very long time and then sold to Arsenal for £35 million in the summer. So he's hitting about Bernardo Silva, that he might really try to twist him and try out something new in the game of Arsenal. As has gone ahead to try out something new in the game of Aston Villa, he has also gone ahead to let us know that he might try out something new with Bernardo Silva because he can play in 10 different positions as the former City player known as Zinchenko, now permanently playing at Arsenal. Then, this is what he did that showed me how much prepared he is to see to it that he really wins this game of football. Ruben Diaz was taken off at halftime versus Aston Villa due to his yellow card, and Pep Guardiola did not want him up against Oli Watkins and Leon Bailey in the second half, with the possibility of suspension versus Arsenal on Wednesday, meaning that he knows what Ruben Diaz means to the central defense of Man City. He knows what this guy means. Now, if you know Ruben Diaz, he's one of the best defenders in the world. The problem is, last season and this season, injuries have become really a huge problem to him. Injuries have really gone ahead to trouble him a lot. That is a player called Ruben Diaz. But I have a stat I've read that when Ruben Diaz and Laporte have gone ahead to play into the central defense of Man City together, Man City rarely loses. So it shows you how important. Let me try to find you. Let me try to find this stat for you, because it's so much important for everyone watching this channel, because Laporte and Ruben Diaz are really important to this side. That's why Mikel Arteta took him off, because every time they play together, they happen to get Man City positivity and guild points. What is that tweet? Show up, show up, show up, show up, show up, show up. All right, it's here. It's coming in from City Extra. There it is. They are telling us that Man City have won 15 out of their last 17 games in the Premier League when Ruben Diaz and Enrique Laporte have both started. They've drawn 1 and lost 1, collected 46 of 51 available points. Today was the only second time they have both started a league game this season, and it was like that because both of them have been having problems with the injuries. That's why you saw that it has always been a Kanji, Nathan Ake, all John Stones. But this is coming in from Opta Joe, a very credible source that really tells us stats as far as concerned. So he wants Laporte and Ruben Diaz to start when they're playing a team called Arsenal on Wednesday. And that's why he took him off, because he would have exposed him to getting a second bookable offense and hence being sent off the field of play when they are going to play a very important game of the season, because they beat Arsenal, they top the league. You get? Arsenal beats them, Arsenal goes 6 points clear. So it shows you how important that game was. Now, when you look at the lineup, it looks like Pep is trying to do a back three and really try out a different system altogether. Now, there is Ederson in goal. So he played with the back three: Kyle Walker, Diaz, and Laporte. Then Rodri and Silva in a double pivot. Then Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Jack Grealish were the 4 attacking forwards of Man City, with Haaland leading the line. And for information, Haaland was taken off around, towards the end of the first half, when he was really limping, meaning that he has gotten an injury, and they are going to assess him and see whether he's really going to be available for the game that Man City is going to play against Arsenal. Now, the most important bit of this is here. We all know that on Wednesday they are going to play one another, but there is something we need to go all out and really try to analyze. What are their next games? When you look at Arsenal, they are having their next 10 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, after Man City, they are playing Aston Villa away. They are playing Leicester City away. They are playing Everton at home. They are playing Bournemouth, then Fulham, then host Crystal Palace, then host Leeds, then go out at Liverpool, then play West Ham away and host Southampton. Those are the next 10 games of Arsenal. The next 10 games of Man City are Nottingham Forest, an easy one. Bournemouth, not easy at their stadium. Then there is Newcastle. That is 4th March. It's really coming early. This is going to be a very huge game. That's it. Then they're having Crystal Palace on the 11th of March. Then West Ham on the 19th. Then they play Liverpool on the 1st of April, and then Southampton on the 8th of April. So they are all having an easy fixtures, but it looks like Man City is the one that is really exposed onto what we call tough fixtures, because Liverpool, they're having Liverpool and Newcastle in that fixture. Very tough fixtures for them. But the good thing is that they're hosting both of them, and Arsenal is only having Liverpool. Yeah, it's only having Liverpool as the huge team that they're going to face. But the rest of the teams, I think Arsenal can go past them. And after completing those 10 games in the Premier League, 27th or 26th April, Arsenal will be playing away at Man City, and they will be hosting Chelsea next after some 3 days later. So thank you guys for watching in through. That has been my City closes in on Arsenal, and I've combined in the result of Man City beating Aston Villa by 3-1. Then I've migrated it into what we call the Arsenal title race with City. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. Your thoughts onto this are welcome in the comment section below. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I'm out. Bye bye.